Jack was once a man who had it all: a luxurious penthouse apartment, a private jet, and a garage full of expensive sports cars. He lived a life of excess and indulgence, never having to worry about money or the future. But when a financial crisis struck, Jack's world came crashing down. He lost everything: his wealth, his possessions, and the respect of those around him. Feeling lost and alone, Jack was forced to start over from scratch. He moved into a small, dingy apartment in the suburbs and struggled to make ends meet. But through a series of events and struggles, Jack was able to turn his life around. He found a new passion, rebuilt his wealth, and ultimately discovered the true meaning of happiness. Follow Jack on his journey from riches to rags and back again, as he learns the value of hard work, the importance of connections and experiences, and the power of forgiveness and self-acceptance. From Riches to Rags and Back Again is a heartwarming story of a man who lost it all, but ultimately found his way back to a happy and fulfilling life. We hope you enjoy the story. Once upon a time, there was a wealthy man named Jack who lived a life of luxury and excess. He had a penthouse apartment in the city, a private jet, and a garage full of expensive sports cars. He spent his days attending fancy parties and buying whatever he wanted without a second thought. But Jack's luck changed one day when a financial crisis struck and wiped out his entire fortune. Suddenly, he found himself broke and alone, with no way to pay his bills or support his lavish lifestyle. Feeling lost and desperate, Jack turned to his friends and family for help, but no one was willing to lend him a hand. He was forced to sell off his possessions and move into a small, dingy apartment in the suburbs. At first, Jack was filled with anger and resentment. He blamed everyone else for his misfortune and refused to take responsibility for his own mistakes. But as time passed and he struggled to make ends meet, he began to see things differently. One day, while out for a walk, he stumbled upon a small community garden where a group of people were tending to the plants and vegetables. Intrigued, Jack decided to join them and soon found solace in the simple joys of gardening. As he worked alongside the others, he began to feel a sense of purpose and belonging that he had never known before. He also learned the value of hard work and the satisfaction that comes from creating something with his own two hands. Inspired by his newfound passion, Jack decided to turn his hobby into a business. He started a small farm and began selling his homegrown produce to local restaurants and markets. Over time, his farm flourished and Jack's wealth slowly started to rebuild. He was able to move out of his cramped apartment and into a cozy farmhouse on the property. And as he looked out at his fields and the happy faces of his customers and employees, Jack knew that he had finally found true happiness and fulfillment. He realized that wealth and material possessions were not what truly mattered in life, but rather the connections and experiences he had with others. In the story, Jack was able to rebuild his wealth and find happiness through his passion for gardening and his farm business. He learned the value of hard work and the importance of connections and experiences over material possessions. At the end of the story, Jack is living in a cozy farmhouse on his farm property, surrounded by fields of crops and the happy faces of his customers and employees. He has achieved his goals and is content with his new life. I hope you enjoy this short story. Let me know if you have any feedback or if you'd like to hear more. If you enjoyed this story, click the like button, subscribe to my channel for more stories and leave a comment with your thoughts. Thanks for watching.